Hello everybody. A little video here. It's an Uranus retrograde. I've been getting a couple of messages on Facebook. There was also a message on WhatsApp. Dio, what's gonna happen during Uranus retrograde? And I was replied to that person, hey, I'm gonna make a video. So that's the video. I promise I'm gonna make the video on the Facebook. So I usually, if something extraordinary happens, I make the videos into it. First things first, as I promised in the previous video, we're gonna make some event in Chicago. It won't happen in October because there is a very small amount of time to prepare it. We only have, right now, we are pretty much in the mid-August. We have only one September, and the beginning of October will be the event. So there will be no event. Maybe we can make something up here locally in Chicago for the people around Chicago. If something happens, I'll let you know. But for right now, no. But here's the big news: we are going to have a event here in Chicagoland, exactly the same place that I made the event here, and have very special things on it. So save the date. The dates will be November 15, 16, and 17th. Into it, I have a very special guests. Those gonna be a twin flame and couples. They've been in a union for quite a while. They help a lot of people to understand what's mean a relationship. It's a partnership. They did a very good work on it. By the way, bring a tissue because Lee's gonna make you laugh, and you're gonna need some tissue for the tears from laughing on into it. They're gonna be coming in as the speakers at the event. I'm currently in a process. I actually talked to Holiday Inn in Aurora. We'll see how we're gonna create a contract for the event, and I have to make reservations and all that is. And I'm gonna post you the links for the hotel. They're gonna give us a very good discount on it and I'm expecting this to happen in the next couple of days. Probably by the end of the week I will have something more concrete to talk about. But now let me focus more what's going on with my favorite planet in the world, Uranus. Um, Here he is. Uranus. As you see it, the colors are matching here. My whole apartment is pretty much of the same color, teal blue. A lot of the stuff that I wear, they're the same color. Just bought those glasses, they're the same color. Into it. Why I pay more attention on Uranus as a planet into it? What happens now? In the past few years, we had Uranus in Aries, that was it. Work on you, evolve on you, don't fear you, change on you. And during the retrogrades, it was very interesting because you had to go deep inside of you, look at it inside of what you're saying, what's going on, so you can be able to do the change. This cardinal change from Aries energy that was so powerful, now that energy is not the same. The energy of Uranus retrograde in Taurus, it is completely new, it's completely different, it's acting different in us. A lot of the people is like, Dio, what's going on with this energy? What is that going on? First of all, you need to understand who is Uranus. On the regular astrology, what Uranus represents the power of God, represents the power of do things that you never done before, facing your limits, don't be limited to the things that goes on into it. Uranus is controlling the 11th house, or it's also controlling Aquarius. And that's why the teal color comes into it. And Uranus is most famous about rebellion, revolutions, inventions, suddenly changes that comes in. They've been hiding so deep and you have to change into it. But since that Uranus is going to be in Taurus and it's going to be a retrograde, that's going to be that it's time for us to manifest what has been given into the universe for the spirituality, to go ahead and help the spirituality. During the next few months from now on, all the way up to January 10th of 2019, Uranus will be on a retrograde. That's energy that it's right now, that it's present, that all the sudden changes, all the sudden things. This is going to be a manifestation on physical level from spirituality. And it's going to be very active, very powerful, very strong. This is what you learn. Are you going to perform into it within your soul? Are you going to work within your soul? Are you going to be real to your soul? If you're not, you need to make the changes now, not tomorrow. So there's going to be a lot of the people coming into it. It's like, what is wrong? What's going on now? What is this with me? What is this pressure inside of me? It's the universe. What I'm saying is the universe. When I was doing my studies of astrology way back in Bulgaria, before I even moved to the United States. I study astrology there, and my master, the teacher, he explained it to me something about this planet that even stick to my ears right now. And he said, Dio, Uranus represents the universe. Anytime you look in this specifically planet, think about it like a two satellite dishes. They listen everything from the universe and they bring it down here. The other planets, I may miss that a little bit. I remember for Uranus was kind of like stuck to me. Kind of like I remember about Jupiter. When he was explaining to me the sign that it's the growth, it represents the number 2 and 4 coming together. But also what happening is that sometimes the sign of Uranus is represented as the Mercury and Mars together. And that is the bad side of Uranus. A lot of you maybe feel like Mercury retrograde, it's in force, but different masculine energy. That is the part of impatience. That is the part of rebellion, but in the wrong way. It's about starting rebellion without having all the information. This is like you acting on something that you really don't understand. And Uranus right now, that's going to be on Taurus, is going to be acting you on the things you know in your soul. It's going to be asking you to perform on the basis of the information that you did your inner work of what you need to do. I mentioned before I planned to get a small church building here. I'm going to make some video about this. But this is going to be one of the focus that I have to pay attention to it. I'm not divorced, so I cannot be involved in any way. When I make the video, I will ask you for, kind of like give it to me, kind of like ideas. I'm going to show it to you. What are you guys thinking about as a community? What are you guys thinking about of ideas, what we can do? And so on and so on. But that is the part of this, because this is coming up. This is its part of the evolution. You have to move. You can't be stuck. You can't be wanted to go forward when they put a chain around you to a tree and you want to move. And it's not going to happen. You have to break the chains. Those chains are your limitations. Like you say, well, I cannot do this, and all of a sudden somebody comes in, is like, hey, you know what, I did this and this, and you're like, they just did that, and what about me? And that energy of Uranus is going to be kicked in you, and you're going to be able to do it, simply because you will be able to see that somebody's done it already, but you're going to have that fire from inside, and also stubbornness. Let me tell you, there's going to be some stubborn energies when the Uranus is going to be a retrograde. That will be coming in from Taurus. And the Taurus is, I grow, I move, I may be a little slow, but when I move, I move. If I have to shake the earth, I won't shake the earth, but I move. And when I move, I make a move that everybody knows. It's a stable move. And the stubbornness will comes in. A lot of the people, they can really roll up their sleeves and they're gonna be okay. I'm gonna go get to work, and that is gonna be the work into how much of your spirituality you're gonna be able to perform here, because the universe is gonna bring these energies. You're gonna shove it right down into the earth, and those energies, they're gonna be felt. Some of them, the people already feeling it. It's coming up. It's like, what is this pressure deal? I don't understand. This is a different pressure. It is a pressure. You came here to help other people. You came here to make a better life. You came here to make a better society. You came in to be example of something that helping others. And Uranus is going to be really focused on this. There's going to be some negative impacts. Those negative impacts is you don't know why, but you're breaking everything around your life. You lose your job, or all of a sudden you lose your relationship. You're losing things that you think you had a controls over it. That will be the part that you don't listen in your soul what you needed to do. So universe is gonna be stubborn on you, and it's gonna be pushing you to a place, in a dark place, so you can see your own light, so you can grow from that light. You to understand the reality. For a lot of the people who are they living in the darkness, they're probably gonna be living in a more darkness either. It's gonna be a dark period for them, because it is what it is. You're attracting things of what you are. And if you're not living into the truth of your soul, guess what? You're gonna be go down more, until you're gonna be looking up into your soul. And that's where Uranus is gonna be very famous into it. And you need to understand, you didn't act it, you didn't learn it. Now you're gonna be put into it. This period is gonna be for quite a few years. It's gonna be repeating next year and the year after. So it's not gonna be like a 1 year change inside of you, so don't pressure yourself. Acting at the point of listen to your soul, take a minute, zip everything, and looking at from a soul level of perspective what you need to do, and making actions from your soul. When you make an actions from your soul, it's not about blame. That is the beauty part of when you make the decisions of your soul, not to have the blame. Because see, if you went to advice to a coworker, you went to advice to your best friend or best girlfriend, or whoever you are, went into it, your parents or priest, whatever your situation is. The final thing that you're gonna be doing, it's your actions. And if you act because of advice of someone, guess what happens? When the things doesn't work out, you're gonna blame them. Oh my God, I listened to them. How stupid I could have been. And you're gonna beat up on your own self. But when you stop and zip at everything for a minute, you zip everyone, and it's like, okay, from a soul perspective, what is it good for me? What is the best action I can do? Is that gonna benefit others, or it's just gonna be egoistically benefit me? And when you make those decisions from soul, you have no one to blame, even your own self. So that is going to be the good thing. Also, there's going to be some position of kind of like a materialization gifts. All of a sudden, somebody gives you something, somebody gifts you something. Something's like, hey, Dio, you did a good job. Or somebody who comes into you is going to be like, hey, you know what? Here's this little money. There is going to be some things like this happening to you, like all of a sudden, people who own your money, maybe all of a sudden it's going to come back to you. It's going to be like, hey, you know what? Here's the money that I borrowed from you. By the way, here's a little bit more. I'm sorry about it. I have situations, I got this, I got that, but it's always in my mind, and here it is, and you're like, where did that come from? The universe wants to be straight away of everything that you've been done and everything you've been doing. So those gonna be the parts about the most of the parts of the Uranus, the retrograde period that we are going into it. Be careful with yourself. Don't be on hurry up. Don't be this part right here, acting as a Mars, as a warrior, and you're going to fight wars that you don't have full information of what fighting. You're gonna be fighting something that you don't know. First of all, understand what you're fighting, allow the universe to give you the right information, let that information comes into you, and then act upon your changes. I hope that's gonna bring a positive changes to a lot of us. I hope everything is gonna have its own reasons. And guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and be love.